Skylar Noble and Presley Johnson, two of the huge reasons why, for the first time in program history, the JSerra Lions, CIF-Southern Section Division 1 Girls Beach Volleyball finalists. In case anybody thinks that this group just showed up this year, they've been in all 4 semifinals in the history of the CIF-Southern Section Girls Beach Volleyball, but there's always been a roadblock, and it's often been the team that was standing across them today, but the two of you were absolutely immense and given the other group a 2-0 lead, and then just watched around and said whether it was going to be Barrett and Ava, whether it was going to be Emma and Sarah, or whether it was going to be Lyla and Sarah, like we're going to get one of them. Yeah. Before we talk about how fantastic you ladies played, what is it like to then have to turn your focus and watch that unfold, among the 5 pairing at the end and get it across the finish line? What did that mean? I think it meant a lot for us. It was a very rewarding feeling for sure, because the past 3 years we knew it was going to end up here. We knew we were going to play them in the semifinals, and it's just been a game that we've all been, looking forward to, but also like stressed about. So I think it was also just very rewarding to think about it. Obviously, what happens back in March is not linear to what's going to happen in May, and the fact that it wasn't the exact same lineup back then as it was today. I mean, obviously, you ladies are a phenomenal lineup. They're a great team. They're the defending champions for a reason. You ladies have been in 4 semifinals for a reason. Did having the lineup be more familiar and more comfortable and more akin to what shows the best version of your group, especially at 1 and 2? Like, did that give you any extra optimism or any extra belief that something special could be in store today? Yeah, I think we all knew that the 1s and the 2s was going to be a especially hard matchup. So when we won, we wanted to immediately just go and start cheering for our other team, because we knew that they've played them before, they know how they play, but same for the other team, they know how we play. So it was just it could have been anyone. Absolutely. People will look at 3 sets, but if they didn't have the blessing and the pleasure and the privilege of being here to watch 9-2 down in the third, just what are the two of you telling each other? What are the coaches reminding you of? Like, just trusting the Lord, trusting each other. Just keep the ball in play. Yeah. Make them hit an extra shot. Like, what were you really dialed in on at that point? Going into the game all together, we really wanted to come out strong and just have a good energy on the court, celebrating and everything, and I feel like we were super consistent with cheering and not getting too down on ourselves if we did make a mistake or if we were down 9-2. Yeah. But in the third set, I just feel like we just kept calm and we just took care of business, and it worked out. So. But the fact, Presley, that you got the first one 21-15, right? It wasn't like you were playing catch up the entire time. Yeah. You knew that your best volleyball was as good or better than theirs. Like, did that, even at 9-2, like, did that give you a reassurance that it's like we went on some significant runs in the first set? Like, we just we're not going to get, there's no 8-point play in girls beach volleyball, but we just as long as we just keep chipping away, and once it got to like 10-9 and 11-10, and they had to start calling timeouts, like, did you start feeling like, look, now all the pressure's on them, they feel like they have to make plays? Yeah, in that third set, we were for sure the underdogs, but we took care of business in the first set, so that did give us some reassurance that we're good enough, we can easily get this done. So and the second set was 21-19. Yeah, it's like you guys could have been out of there in 2. Yeah. I just feel I didn't mean to remind to bad flashbacks. Yeah, no, but just in the third set. Sorry, what was? Just that, especially when you got it, to a point down, 2 points down, or whatever. It it really seemed like it kind of forced them to play on their heels for the first time. Yeah. And you ladies, what I appreciate the most, and what I told Jason and what I told your coaches is you never stopped swinging. You never stopped being aggressive and playing ambitious. It wasn't like you went on the defensive and just I mean, you want to keep the ball in play, but it wasn't like you played with so much caution that you couldn't execute offensively. Yeah, we came in wanting to swing, wanting to be aggressive on the court and verbally too, cheering for each other. And so in the third set, definitely us coming back put the pressure on them, and they did have to take timeouts, and we got in their head and we came out. Yeah. So yeah. Skylar, for the women in the group and obviously the coaching staff that felt that hurt, that sting, especially last year in the semifinals. Just what does this do? Like, it just, you know, the Lord blesses you ladies and this team every single day, but just like, this has to be an incredible feeling in your soul that it's like we you know, a lot of times in whether it's youth sports, high school athletics, college, professional, people don't get that second opportunity. They don't get that, you know, that redemption story or whatever. You got to play the exact team, you know, that has been the roadblock, you know, for multiple years for this team, and especially the heartbreak last year when you probably felt like you could get to the finals even last year, and then probably felt even worse when they go to beat Mira Costa for the first time to win the darn championship. So what does this feel like in your soul to be able to get this one done?
Just the most rewarding feeling, probably. The past 3 years, we've known that we could have beat them, and it was just every time super close. And last year we lost a lot of seniors, so I felt like they had the upper hand almost, and especially when we got the 2-0 lead and then they tied it back up to 2-2, then I felt like we just all came together and we were all like, I know we in the middle of the third set started praying, just asking like for some help. And
please, Lord, just one time.
Basically,
all we ask for is one time.
Yeah. And I think just coming together as a team and supporting each other was the reason that we won.
Awesome. Presley, last thing. Obviously, this has been one roadblock and hurdle. You have beaten them before in the regular season,
yes.
But obviously the playoffs is a different entity altogether. Mm-hmm. As I said to Sarah and Lyla, like, it seems like it couldn't be more fitting than the one team in the history of Southern Section Girls Beach Volleyball that JSerra has not yet, and I use the word yet, conquered, has been Mira Costa. Like, how powerful is that's the group that'll be staring across the net on Saturday at Long Beach City College?
Yeah, I am so excited. I think we can definitely go out and give a great game, but I think we got it this year and can't be more excited. I just want to go out there and just like give it all. Yeah.
Certainly did today. Huge 3-set victory coming from 9-2 down in the third to be able to win 15-13. Skylar, Presley, fantastic effort for you and the Lions. And for the first time we get to say out loud, we will see you at Long Beach City College. Congratulations.
Thank you.